Welcome back to another live and amplified special coverage of CRS for the Hoedown Showdown. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we have a very special guest joining us. We have Wesley. How's it going today, man?
Hey, everybody out there. It's good to be here, live and amplified.
Yeah, excited to have you on. And, you know, I've had the opportunity to listen to a lot of music this week, and it's been really exciting, and I've enjoyed everything of yours that I've had a chance to hear. And, so how's CRS been treating you? I know it's early in the process yet, but...
It's early, but, you know, it's our first time here at the CRS, and I got to say it did not disappoint. Everything has been fantastic. Everybody's been very pleasant to be around, and we're here to talk music.
Yeah, for sure. I was really surprised as to how early I didn't need to get here. I showed up at like 8:30. I was like, okay, there's going to be lines everywhere. Get here at 8:30. You got 2 hours to get ready. And I ended up just sitting there for like an hour and a half. I'm like, cool, great.
Yeah, I walked here from our hotel. It was so close, you know. When we got here, I was thinking, it's going to be rain and the line's going to be wrapped around. It's been very, very convenient. It hadn't been bad at all.
Right. So, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where are you based? Where are you based out of? And
I'm based out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm from the Bayou, so they say.
Nice. So you're closer to me. I'm out in Waco, Texas. I almost moved to Lafayette. I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision to not move, but...
Well, I wouldn't want to offend anybody, but I'll say Texas is a fine place to be. I was there at the top of the month in January, so, you know, it's always a good... I like Texas.
Fair. So, how long have you been in Nashville here? Did you come in yesterday or this morning, or...?
You know, funny story. We came in at midnight last night.
Okay.
And I fly in a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know, but I've always kind of had a bit of a fear of flying. And right as we're going to land, a gust of wind comes in and blows the plane nearly off the runway, so the pilot goes back up into the sky. And I was like, well, I hope I make it to the CRS tomorrow. I hope everything goes smoother than this.
Right. That'll be an experience you'll never forget.
I'll never forget my first trip to the CRS because I almost didn't make it at all.
Fair. That's exactly why I don't fly anymore, because I don't have control over it.
That's kind of how I am, man. It's like I'm not a control freak, but I'd like to know how I'm going to get on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. So, are you? Did you grow up in Baton Rouge, or is that born and raised?
I am. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge. I've lived there my whole life, toured around, but I always kind of kept that style with me.
Awesome. What was it like growing up in Baton Rouge?
Baton Rouge was a very, very interesting place. You know, everybody there is they're different from the rest of the world, and what I mean is that's in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, Louisiana has its own signature on everything.
Yeah. And
you know that kind of finds its way into your music, and that's kind of one of the best things about growing up in Louisiana is all these different styles find its way into your style. You know.
Yeah. It's amazing how something like, especially when you're younger as a creative in general, maybe even more so as a musician, where you don't realize how much of an influence something has on you until you start writing your own music, and it's like somebody brings out like, oh, you sound like such and such. And I was like, oh, I guess I did listen to him a lot when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah, it definitely grows your influences, you know. It's like I didn't realize how diverse Louisiana was until I left there, and then everybody started talking about the versatility, and I was like, I guess I got that from working behind all these Louisiana artists.
Yeah, right. You're going to have to be right up on that mic. So, yeah, sorry. That's cool. So where are you kind of at creatively right now? You just dropped a new single, correct?
We've been very, very busy lately. We've got a lot of creative things in the works, starting with Ready to Ride. You know, we just dropped a new single a couple of days ago, and we've been getting great response. It's kind of it's a bit of a modern single, and what I mean by that is we've kind of mixed. I've kind of always tried to modernize but keep the traditional old style of country alive, you know, and I think that we did that with this single. And I also feel that in the singles to come, I think this is going to be one of my most personal albums to date. I think it's going to really, really touch people because we have a lot of messages to say. So we've been very creative.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. It's you said traditional country, so Louisiana's not really getting influenced by like the Texas red dirt stuff. Is that kind of leak?
You know, it's funny. You know, the Texas red dirt scene is something that I'm heavily influenced by.
Yeah.
But it's not as big in Louisiana as you would think it would be.
Yeah.
You know, we had to travel to outside places, Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma, to get that influence. You know, and that's something that I've always been a big fan of, Jason Boland and the Stragglers and all these fantastic Red Dirt artists. So there is definitely elements of Red Dirt on the new album. So
nice. It's something that I've just recently started getting into, as I've only been in Texas about 5 years now, and so I've just kind of really started diving into that part of the country, because obviously country music's got so much different, like it's a very regional genre where like you come here to Nashville and it's got its own thing. Then you come down to Texas, it's got more of a Red Dirt thing, so country music just in general has got its own influences depending on where in the map you are.
That's correct.
And Texas is just one of those cool spots where they've just coined their own thing. Like everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody else just kind of calls it country music, but Texas was like, nope, we're gonna call this Red Dirt. And
I think Texas defines the sound. It's, the Red Dirt scene is so huge in Texas that I find myself spending a lot of time there just to be more in that scene.
Yeah, fair. So kind of now that your new single's out, what's the response to it been?
It's been overwhelming. It's been a process getting this single out.
Okay.
The fans were waiting on it, and one of the people that was very responsible for getting this out was my manager, Brian Abrams. But unfortunately, we just lost Brian before the release of the single, and we've dedicated it to him. And it really is overwhelming to me to have such a great response from the fans, and it kind of keeps his memory alive. So we're very, very happy with the response we've gotten so far.
Nice. Well, I'm sorry for your loss. It's never easy, and the fact that he was like the main factor, motivator, however you want to describe it, to trying to get it out, and he didn't even get to see it.
No, it's been an interesting story. Like we lost him, and his wife took over, and we've been working with her to get all this out in his name and in his memory. So it's been a journey, but it's been a very inspirational one.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the rest of the year looking like for you? You touring, writing, releasing?
It's going to be a busy year. We're looking to go back to Switzerland in June.
Oh, wow.
We're going to play the Trucker Fest and all that over there. And it looking like we're going to be going back to Southeast Asia as well. We're going to be in Thailand.
Nice.
Come later in the year. So it looks like the road's calling us. We also got some dates in Texas coming up. We got some festivals there.
Nice.
And we're going to be on the road a lot, man. I'm not going to be seeing home very much.
I'm
ready to ride.
It's one of those things where it's the life you live, and when you're sitting at home, you kind of feel like you're wasting time, and when you're on the road, it's like, okay, this is where I want to be, but sometimes you just kind of run into that, like, I kind of want to be at home right now. So
that's very true. When you're on the road, you miss home, and when you're at home, you miss the road. You can't win for lose most of the time.
So you're going to Southeast Asia. Is there a big country scene out there, or
there is a very interesting scene out there. We kind of fuse a lot of rock and roll and country.
Okay.
And over there they lean a lot towards rock and roll, but they have an appreciation for country as well.
Oh, nice.
And it's a bit of a humbling experience to have people in that part of the world singing the lyrics to your songs. It's like, wow. So it's a growing scene over there, and we've been fortunate enough to attack it.
Nice. It's been interesting. I've seen a lot of musicians going over to Asia more before the pandemic. They were going over to like Japan and China and like all this stuff, and just kind of seeing their appreciation for American music is really cool. And not just like one style of music, like the hardcorest of hardcore metal, just like all these different styles of music. And it's been really cool to kind of see people's audiences grow and, get these opportunities that for a lot of people are once in a lifetime. Like, I don't see any plans of me ever going to Asia, but, it's...
You never know. You never know. You might just find tickets in the mail to attend a Will Wesley show overseas.
Nice. So... really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and chat with us. For anybody that wants to check out your music, interact with you on social, any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
I'm easy to find. We're everywhere. If you want to listen to the new single or any of my other singles, you can just go to any of your favorite online digital outlets. We're right there, Will Wesley. The new single, Ready to Ride. Also, you can check me out on all my tour dates at willwesleymusic.com.
Nice. Now, I could never ask you to pick your favorite child, but... what's your favorite song to play live?
Of my own?
Yes.
I think my favorite song currently is Ready to Ride.
Okay.
It's good to bring the energy to the people, and I'm really enjoying that, and I'm watching them go crazy over it, so I'm happy. And that's currently my favorite, but it'll change in 2 weeks.
Fair. See, I could never ask what's your favorite song of yours, because that's like asking to pick your child. So I just what's your favorite song to play live? Because everybody's got a song that they like to play live.
That's well said. That's you're definitely experienced.
Yeah. And then just as one last little thing, what's a piece of advice you have for the young musicians out there?
My advice that I give to the musicians is follow your dreams. Stay with it, because you're going to hit a lot of bumps in the road. You're going to run into a lot of obstacles. Mm-hmm. But if you believe in what you do, it will crack. You will find your way through. Just keep doing it and stay off the drugs and the alcohol. It'll kill you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I gave up drinking 3 years ago, and every once in a while it bites me, but I'm not going out and partying like I was in college.
We're in the same boat, man. Yeah. We're in the same boat.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll be back here in a little bit.